Hey, how's it going? So today I'm coming to you with day 39 inside of a 60-day video challenge. If you happen to be catching this video live, do me a favor and hit pound live. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you happen to be catching this via the replay, do me a favor and hit pound replay. Let me know where you are tuning in from. So the thing that I want to talk about today is when should you start running paid ads? Obviously, paid ads can give you an advantage. And obviously paid ads has the ability for you to move just that much faster. So if you are looking to get some traffic, right, you can get traffic much faster. If you're looking to generate leads, you can generate leads much faster. So there's a speed component that's attached to you being able to run ads, run paid ads, but you just have to make sure that it is the right time. And to be able to answer that question, I'm going to go ahead and give you the short, and then I'll give you the context behind it. Running paid ads, you want to make sure the right time for you to start doing that is when you have an optimized sales process and an optimized marketing process. More specifically, you have a process that has been proven and that gives you the ability to generate leads and to go ahead and make sales from people who don't know you, right? Because the individuals who know you, right, let's just say you publish something on your Facebook page and the individuals that know you, they have a relationship with you, they have a connection with you, and they buy from you. Well, you may not necessarily have an optimized marketing process, right? So the time in which you have a marketing process that is optimized is when people who do not know who you are end up taking the next step with you. So let me go ahead and just give you an example. And the example that I want to use is I want to use the multi-level marketing industry. Sometimes when we are not familiar with an industry and we are not familiar with the process, we go in with preconceived notions, right? So at some point during my journey, I ended up joining a multi-level marketing company. But before joining a multi-level marketing company, I had some preconceived notions, right? I had some misconceptions. And the idea and the thing that I always thought is that in order for people, the thing that I was introduced to, let's just put it that way, and the assumption that I had is that you had to be selling to your friends and your family, you had to be bugging other people, and that's the perception that I had about multi-level marketing. Well, it turns out that one day I was just, on Facebook, and as I was on Facebook, I ended up seeing an ad from an individual that was working for an individual that was, presenting a product. It was a multi-level marketing product. That person was running a paid Facebook ad promoting that multi-level marketing product. And essentially, that person drove me to a presentation. I provided that person my email address, and I watched the presentation that was presented by an individual that did not own the multi-level marketing company. That person was simply a distributor, and that person had the ability and the flexibility to run paid ads. Not only did the person have the ability to run paid ads, that person had the flexibility to be able to run their own presentation. And that model really appealed to me. And the reason why that model really appealed to me is because up until that time, what I had been introduced to is I had been introduced to individuals, kind of just sending me inbox, and individuals kind of trying to, recruit me via a marketing methodology that I didn't necessarily want to repeat. I always said to myself, hey, if I'm going to go into a multi-level marketing company, I want to have the ability to be able to run paid ads to make it successful. If I can't go into a multi-level marketing company and have the flexibility to run paid ads, then I won't necessarily do it. Well, hence why I was so attracted to that opportunity, because that opportunity, I saw that that person had the flexibility to run ads. Not only did that person have the opportunity and the flexibility to run ads, that person had the opportunity and the ability to make $700 every time they brought a new person in. And so why is that important? The reason why that's important is that if that person can make $700 every time they bring a new person in, that means that they can go spend $200, $300, $400 on ads to be able to make it work, right? So nonetheless, based on all of those things that I saw, and based on my concerns being addressed, that hey, I can run ads to this opportunity. I don't necessarily have to go and just go to friends and family. I don't have restrictions. So there were a lot of things that made this opportunity from what I saw, an ideal opportunity. So I ended up, joining the opportunity. When I joined the opportunity, right, that individual said, hey, you know what, you can go and do exactly what I just did to you in order to be able to recruit new people. When you recruit new people, there's a compensation plan and there's all these different things. So what I decided to do is, at that time, I was running some workshops. I was using Meetup via my local area, and I was running some workshops. And I was running some workshops for different business industries. So if you think about real estate agents, that's a business industry. If you think about coaches, that's a business industry. If you think about consultants, that's a business industry. So when this person presented me with the opportunity, that person simply told me that, hey, you know what, we're going to help you to craft a marketing message. That marketing message is going to appeal to a group of individuals. Those group of individuals will have the opportunity to watch a presentation, and that presentation is a presentation that you can prepare. We'll help you to prepare that presentation, and then from there you can go ahead and present people to your opportunity. So I said to that person, okay, no problem. That person gave me the formula, and that person gave me the process. Well, at that time, I had two options. I can go and start to run paid ads, kind of like how this individual had did, or I can validate it some other way, and that other way was I can validate it through the workshops that I was doing. So what I did is I simply took that person's formula, and essentially I had a Meetup account, and that Meetup account gave me the ability to, to set up a couple of different meetups and to set up a couple of different workshops. I ended up setting up a workshop targeting people who were already in network marketing, and those individuals were simply looking to grow and looking for opportunities via the network marketing industry. So I followed that person's exact formula. And from following this person's exact formula, I was able to drive people who were network marketing driven and or already in network marketing. These individuals went to the workshops, right? So from the time that these people started to go to the workshops, that in itself was a good sign. And after that, I was able to make presentation. I think after my second week, or after my second presentation per se, I had an individual that I was able to present to the opportunity and be able to go and take the next step. So at that point, I saw that I can follow a process, I can follow a formula, and I can have people who do not know me come to a presentation, not only come to a presentation, but have enough interest to take the next step with me. Now, all of a sudden, I had validated a marketing process that had worked with strangers. These were not people that I already knew. And once I saw that, I was like, okay, now I can go and use Facebook ads, or I can use paid ads to go ahead and amplify a process that is already working. Is that making sense? Right? I didn't jump to paid ads right away because I needed to make sure that I have a marketing process and or sales process in place that works. Now, the good news is that I had saw that there was a marketing process and a sales process that had already worked, because that marketing and or that sales process had worked on me. I was browsing through Facebook. I saw an ad. That ad drove me to a presentation. I watched the presentation, and I ended up taking the next step. So that in itself was just proof of concept, right? And that in itself is something that I could have taken and I could have duplicated. But I decided to just validate it via a different methodology, right? Via more of a in-person presentation type of a methodology. And when I validated that in itself worked. So I'm saying all of this to say that you want to make sure that you have a process, right? So how do you create awareness, right? Because the idea is that you want to go ahead and create awareness to people who don't know who you are. Once those individuals become aware of who you are, how do they become a lead? Once they become a lead, how do they become a sell? And do you have a process to take people through those series of steps that don't know you, that will essentially ascend and that will essentially take you up on your offer and that will start to do business with you? Once you have that process dialed in and you know that process works, it is definitely time for you to go ahead and do paid ads, because what paid ads is going to do, paid ads is an amplification. It's going to simply amplify whatever process that you have in place. So if you have a broken process, a process that doesn't necessarily work, and a process that hasn't been vetted, what's going to happen is that it's going to be further amplified through paid ads. Paid ads is going to further expose that process and just further continue down the wrong path. However, if you have a process that does indeed work, paid ads is going to complement it, and paid ads is going to allow you to have it work just that much better. So that is when you should be using paid ads, once you have that process dialed in. So I wanted to come on live and discuss that with you here today. If you're live, do me a favor, hit pound live. Just let me know where you are tuning in from. And if you happen to be catching this via the replay, just hit pound replay and let me know where you are tuning in from. Again, this is Vladimir coming to you with day number 39 inside of a 60-day video challenge. If you happen to be watching this on some other platform outside of social media, because I'm probably going to repurpose this content, and you would like my help with a marketing and or a sales process, right, that has been validated. You want to validate a marketing process, you want to validate a sales process, but you have no idea where to start and what to do. There's going to be a link somewhere around this video that simply gives you the ability to schedule a time for us to talk and to see if we might be a good fit to work with each other. That's all I have for this video. That's it for now. I'll talk to you soon.